Two new deadlocks. Early access to a new line of German cruisers. Module damage rework. Obviously, this is what we're most interested in. And more. Close test 14.8. Hello, captains, and welcome to a new development blog post today. The new development blog post. Today, we're having a look at some new changes and features coming with the arrival of our 10th anniversary update, 14.8. New German cruisers, early access. Update 14.8 brings access to a new line of German cruisers. Meet Deutschland, Admiral Scheer, Knesebeck, Manteuffel, and Prince Adalbert. This branch will have access to an oft-requested mechanic, manual control of the secondary battery. I have to say I played against these things and not been very impressed. I'm waiting to see a match where one of these carries or does something significant, because so far they've seemed kind of like punching bags. They're supposed to play like BBs, but their cruiser armor, 30mm deck armor, like, they just kind of melt. I don't know how. Maybe they just need to park behind an island and lob over the island. Not sure. But then if you have to play like that, then you're very matchmaking dependent, because there's a new island camper in town, and that's called Airstrikes. Utrecht, Gutenlo, Prince, any of these love island campers, so what can you do? Compared to the existing branch of German cruisers, these ships will specialize in close quarters combat using their large main battery guns, which have good accuracy but relatively short firing range, and their improved secondary batteries. Combined with the typical German traits of improved hydro, as well as their solid protection, these ships will be able to take the fight to the enemy despite their large size and poor handling for cruisers. I don't know about that one. I've been farming these things and I can't say I've seen the solid protection. To celebrate the edition new branch, we have prepared 3 permanent camos for Knesebeck, Manteuffel, and Prince Adalbert. Wait! Did they finally abandon their dumb fish islands, chat? Did they finally abandon that stupid fish islands? I think they did. It looks like a proper angle, not like the super demented, like the schnoz goes on like this for an hour. Holy shit! I think they abandoned that dog shit there. How many years did it take them to abandon that horrendous angle? Manteuffel. Okay, of course. I'm gonna have to turn that down because I'm doing this devlog. Thank you though for the devlog background noise, I guess. Who the fuck was this? Who was this? I don't even know who this was because I don't have the Tenga thing open. God damn it. Thank you though, I think. Oh, Ansel. Of course it was Ansel. Okay, let's see. Now what else? Prince Adalbert. Man, this ship does look pretty horrendously ugly though. I have to say, it's not a good-looking profile. I remember when, well, the actual German ships look really good. Like, Eugen looks good. Hipper looks good. The Bismarck, Tirpitz, Gneisenau. These ships look like good ships. But all these other ones, kind of brutal abominations. Module damage rework. The current mechanics of module HP and damage will be reworked. Starting with update 14.8, whoa, that's a quick rework. We will update the module damage system to make it more comfortable to interact with. As you know, in the current system, modules can be damaged by enemy fire and in some cases permanently destroyed. Yeah, or enemy bombs or shit. The shells and bombs don't even need to hit you, they can land near you and the splash damage can knock out your ship. With the new system, modules will be no longer permanently destroyed. Instead, they will now have 2 states. Damaged works as before. The module will automatically repair after a set time or can be restored immediately using the damage control party. Critically damaged, a new status that works similarly to damaged but cannot be repaired manually. It will expire after a fixed duration. What is that fixed duration? After which the module will automatically restore a portion of its HP. Okay, first of all, this is exactly the way I wanted them to fix this. This is exactly what I have, because I want destroying like guns and to be a valid strategic choice. And this is exactly how you make it a valid choice. But having your shit randomly destroyed by a stray shell and then having no way to recover it is really horrendous for the gaming experience. So this is actually exactly what my suggestion was on how to fix this. And I'm kind of shocked to see them actually make what I think is probably the best solution for this problem. It's I'm surprised. Like, this is really good. This is really good. Like, again, God bless Steel Hunters imploding, so the developer cares about the game again. The introduction, I can no longer torture combat close range. Yes, you can. That's the whole thing with this. You can, if you're close range, you can break the turrets on a battleship or a cruiser or whatever. They'll enter the critically damaged state where they can't disappear and they can't use the guns, but they're not permanently gone. If I don't know how long this duration is, but let's say it's a few minutes or something, then they get them back. The introduction of the critically damaged state helps eliminate moments where ships could lose multiple modules and become nearly useless or completely incapable of fighting, while still maintaining gameplay depth for players who focus on targeting enemy. Exactly. To check all actual module statuses, press the H key. This is so good. This is so nice. I love. This is exactly because there were situations where you played a DD and one HE shell hit you, and then it crit your torp tubes, and then you were out of torp tubes in the destroyer, and it's just like, what the fuck? Or you're playing a gunboat and one of your turrets get crit by a random shell, and then you can't use your main guns for the rest of the match. Like, it's really demoralizing. It's a shit mechanic. So this solution is actually the best it should be. Yeah, Druid buff for sure. Druid would randomly lose turrets all the time. But it still won't make Druid that much better at fighting certain ships. Like, ships that do well against Druid will still do well against Druid. As long as they just target the turrets, you can still do the critically damage thing and just basically disable the ship. We also reworked how reload mechanics function for damage or critically damaged modules. Now when your main battery or torpedo launchers are affected, their reload will pause instead of being completely reset. Oh, that's pretty fucking big. That's really big. It's less big on main guns, but it's huge on fucking torpedo launchers. Because there's nothing more frustrating than being 100 seconds into a 110-second reload on torpedoes, and then having a carrier bomb or something hit them and disable them, and then you have to wait the fucking full 100 seconds again. This is really nice as well. I really like this. This is actually really nice. Both of these feel like, especially for torp boats, probably the most suffering class right now, this feels like pretty good changes. Secondary splash breaking torps, yeah, it's quality of life from wargaming as well. It is, right? Additionally, we have removed randomization from module HP values. Oh, God bless. Like, well, let me read it to the end. Previously, modules like sonar, torpedo tube, secondary guns, and AA mounts and systems had their HP randomized within a specific range each battle. Going forward, all modules will have fixed HP values, making critical hits more predictable. Holy fuck. God bless. Okay, one of the main issues with, like, the randomization wouldn't necessarily have been so bad. Wargaming adding some randomization to this wouldn't necessarily have been so bad if the values weren't so fucking insane. The problem is the values have such variation. Your torpedo tubes can spawn between 300 health or 3000 health. So you can have 1/10 or the full. That's the variation. And if you get torp tubes that spawn with 3, 4, 500 health, they get knocked out instantly, basically permanently destroyed. Whereas on the other hand, if you have 3000 health torpedo tubes, the enemy can literally fucking shoot HE on the torpedo tube intentionally, and the torps will just tank them. So if you don't install a mod that shows you what your ship spawned with, it's you never have any way of knowing what the fuck you're gonna get. Like, it's just the difference is so huge in gameplay in what you get. So the randomization wasn't as big of a problem as how big of a value gap there was, but just removing the randomization is honestly a good change, especially if they ever want to do anything with the competitive. I hope you have split audio. I always have split audio. So my only Twitch needs to suffer through TDT. YouTube, they just see the small little postage stamp and they can be like, whatever. I can't hear anything. But the fact that they mentioned AA mounts here is pretty nuts. But no, I don't think someone said can't get completely DAA'd because of Conqueror in match. Are you sure? Because I think you can still get your AA completely knocked out. Because this is do they mean all modules? I wonder, do they mean that do they mean that all, even AA now only gets critically damaged? They mention AA here. They mention AA here, so does that mean they said on Discord yesterday that sex and AA are included? Holy shit, that's fucking huge then. That's fucking huge. No longer losing all your AA during a match is actually fucking huge. Because one of the main issues with carriers is not just the fact that as a match goes on and there's less ships, it means there's like less ships shooting down anti-air, carriers become stronger. But there's also the issue that ships that engage in surface fights gets their AA knocked out. So you end up in situations where ships have 50%, 40% of their original anti-air, and the carrier is just regenerating planes all the time. So he has full combat effectiveness, and you have like 40% combat effectiveness. So the fact that this is no longer going to be an issue is fucking huge. This is such a nice quality of life change. Holy fuck! How long have we waited? How long have we begged and waited for this? Again, thank you, Steel Hunters, for being fucking dog shit. God bless. Holy shit. We begged for this shit for years and years. Like, fucking half a decade we begged for this shit. And only now when they're... I think they had a lot of plans and a lot of hopes on Steel Hunters being the next cash cow. And then when it completely fucking imploded, they had to, like, fucking rewrite everything. Here's the confirmation by Wargaming. This change will apply to all weapon systems on a ship. Main guns, torpedoes, secondaries, anti-air. Holy fuck, that is nice. That is really nice. Okay, subs in operations. I mean, I don't really care. I don't really care. I'm glad there's less subs that will be playing randoms, and hopefully they'll be doing operations. Enjoy. Naval Legacy event. The festivities don't end with festive rewards. A special armor event appears in update 14.8. You'll be able to purchase tries that can bring you items from a large reward pool. Some possible rewards from this event include new Naval Legacy ship, Yamato Kai. Dude, Yamato, you're missing a schnoz. Interesting. Read how much they had to give to them to show Horned operations. Limit of 1. Bots won't use them. They have increased speed and maneuverability. Access to cold bombers. They'll be able to shotgun. Yeah. Sure, whatever. Keep that shit in operations. I don't give a shit. Shika scammed. What do you mean Shika scammed? Sibir. Okay, see, this is using, you can tell this is using the old camera angle. You see the difference? This is the old camera angle. Look at this. This is a Kremlin. This is a Kremlin. Kremlin nose. Look at this. This is the old angle, and this is the new angle. Old angle. This is the angle I complained about forever, because this distorted fisheye lens is so stupid. It makes the schnoz look like it looks like half the ship is just the schnoz. So you can see this is the new angle. They finally fixed this shit, and this is the old demented shit. New blue explosion enemy effect. Sure, whatever. You can turn this off if you don't like them. I don't mind. And more. Yamato Kai, tier 10 battleship based on the Yamato, enters the game with historically accurate camo. Okay. I mean, Yamato in 2025. Pretty rough experience, but sure. Yamato Kai will have epic rarity. Rarity changes. The latest update also brings economic bonuses into the content rarity system. The lowest tier bonuses will be of common rarity, with the subsequent tiers progressing to uncommon, rare, and finally epic. Additionally, the price of common and uncommon have been adjusted as indicated. Common become cheaper, special becomes slightly more expensive, I guess. Fair enough. Climb battles 31, Mahi Mahi, tier 10 ships, only battleships, destroyers, and cruisers. Wargaming, I'm just saying, if you still, we're 1 decade into the game, 1 decade, we're celebrating the 1 decade anniversary, 10 years. If after 10 years you still haven't managed to balance carriers, or God forbid subs that you've been working on since 2019, so what, 6 years? So if you still haven't managed to balance either class so that 7 people in voice com, like super unicums, 7 people in voice com, if even they can't deal with them, maybe it's time to admit that perhaps, just perhaps, they don't really fit the game you're trying to make. Just saying. Just saying, like, it shouldn't take this long. The fact that you have to exclude the class continually from competitive says a lot about the state of that balance. Restrictions on particular ships. Wow, I wonder what we have here. Oh, Napoli, no way, Petra. Oh no, Nevsky. Oh, hybrids. Who knew hybrids are broken? Turns out it's almost as if a certain type of ship that involves planes tends to be pretty broken. That's pretty crazy. Kleber, Marceau, Marseille restricted. Moskva, Stalingrad, DM restricted. Smolensk, Gdansk restricted. Fair enough. Colombo, not in any way banned or limited. And people spam that shit 24/7. Oh well. Petra nerf 5 times, still banned. Yep. New major improvements to recruiting station. It's funny how in some things they're moving forward, God bless, but then in other things they're just standing completely still. It's got to be like some stubborn ideologies that drives this shit. Easier invites. We're expanding the eligibility of join. Okay. Much larger window of opportunity to invite someone. Okay. Resetting the 4 guaranteed rewards tied to the key recruiting. Okay. You can complete these rewards again. New division mission for recruiters and recruits. Yeah, okay. The fact that they're investing in this shit again means that, God bless again, Steel Hunters imploding. Disconnection of inactive teammates. Oh, shit. My shipmate list is about to look very dead, chat. All shipmates who have been inactive for 90 days will be removed. Oi, oi. Okay. Content additions and changes. Made of steel permanent camo for tiered 9 ships and super ships. Looks nice. Sure. Mooncake flag, fair enough. Additionally, we will also reveal the content that will be available in one of the future updates. Sinan, which is based on Belfast 43. Wait, what the fuck? Is that a whole new design camo? I don't think I've seen this before. I like the color scheme. The gold and green. Oh, the camo is already in the game? It's an old camo. Oh, for fuck's sake. What camo is it? The link you gave doesn't give me anything, by the way. That link doesn't lead to anything, Kester, to log it. It's an Irish event. Oh, it's an old St. Patrick's link? Or demo? Come on. St. Patrick's Day. Wait, how old is this? Oh yeah, it is. Shit. Oh, so it is an old. How old is this? Oh, 2022. Holy shit. So it's a 3-year-old camo. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so they just basically reworked this on different ships. They cloned it. Fair enough. Danu. Nice. I still like the look of this one. But wait, this is like Duke of York super test. Why is it called a different ship? So yeah, it's they're reselling the camo as a new ship. That's what they're doing. So it's a copy pasta premium. So this is copy pasta Belfast. I like that when you hover your mouse over, you can see the ship. St. Patrick, Belfast, UK. Oh no, it's called a Boyne. This is Duke of York, UK Tier 7 BB. Oh no, it's called the Danu. Fair enough. Okay, so it's a bunch of copy pasta premiums. Fair enough. Zuga's Invention, which is based on Marseille. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this thing? Jesus. Commander Shamrock Shana, Brady McMurdoff, Guan Yu Zunziang Zhang Liao. It's a classic chat. The Irish commander is carrying a bomb. It's to be expected. I didn't expect Wargaming to go for this one, but I mean, what can you say, man? They didn't understand the memes, I guess. I wonder if it's AI generated, and AI just put a bomb in there or something. I don't know. It's a joke, you Irish guys. You're low hanging fruit though in this case. Wait, there's the fucking Union Jack behind. What the fuck? Oh yeah, you're right. The fucking Union Jack hanging behind. Holy shit. That's a commander, alright? I mean, they have started doing a lot of AI art. Like, if you look at their wallpaper, remember when we looked at their wallpapers, their ship wallpapers that they've been publishing this last year, and it was all like the most blatant AI shit you've ever seen. Like a bunch of fucking ships that had like masts that went nowhere and rigging that went nowhere and just like weird angles on shit. Like it's clear they pivoted to using a lot of AI on their art. The Hornet, yeah, the Hornet one as well, yeah. They use a lot of AI on their art nowadays. It's pretty cringe, but it is what it is. The AL Hornet, was that the art? Oh yeah, it was the AL Hornet where they forgot to put the. Oh yeah, that's the one. They. I think they haven't removed it from Insta. I think they removed it from somewhere else. But basically, I think the plane here shouldn't have a propeller. Yeah, this plane, this is not a propeller. It's supposed to be just the schnoz. It's propeller and schnoz, but I think they AI generated it, so it slapped the propeller on top of it as well. Like they keep getting caught with a lot of AI shit lately. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. It's a bit sad, but it is what it is. Still, regardless, uh, regardless, really fucking good deblock. Like the module change is fucking huge. The module change is fucking goated. Like the rest of it, whatever, but the module change is fucking huge. I'm really happy about that one. Okay, next development bug. Closed test. Maps rebalance in random battles. Again, chat, a small prayer for Steel Hunters being a fucking catastrophe. Like, the way this approach from this company has changed after that game was fucking buried. Thank you, Steel Hunters, for being dog shit. Okay, let's go. Closed test. Maps rebalance in random battles. Hi, captains, or should we say cartographers? This might be especially true now as we are launching a closed test for maps rebalancing. One of the areas of gameplay improvements we are actively working on is balancing existing maps. Our latest analysis of game data and player surveys has highlighted specific maps. Okay, Wargaming, let's not pretend that this is something you just found out about. Come on. Like, you can maybe sell this to the apes that buy everything you say, but bro, we've talked about your shitty maps for 5 years, 6 years. You just have ignored it. Let's play along. Oh no way! Did your game data and surveys suddenly tell you that people dislike maps? Oh no way! That's crazy! Oh, I'm shocked to hear it. That need closer attention. Therefore, in this first close test, we aim to address issues on the maps Okinawa and Mountain Range. Yeah, I mean, it must be it must be really fresh news finding out that people dislike Okinawa and Mountain Range. Gotta be the freshest of fresh news. No one's talked about hating these maps before, that's for sure. At the same time, we're also exploring the possibility of introducing riposte into random maps. What the fuck was riposte? Let's break down the changes we applied so far to the maps in testing. Keep in mind though that the visuals and all the adjustments to the layout are not final and may be subject to change. Okay. So what are I doing? They're slapping islands here and here. Okay, so that already means you can't like kite. You can't kite into Narnia here, and you can't kite up here into Narnia. So it makes kiting much worse over here, which is good. You also open up this flank, which means you can push up to this island to get an angle, and fighting over control of this island is somewhat interesting. There's no carrier-specific island, which is very surprising. I think they're gonna add a CV island. Not having any CV island is very surprising. Like, Wargaming leaving CVs out to dry, that would surprise me. I think they will. I think they will add a CV-specific island. Can I open this in a larger? There we go. There we go. That's better. So no CV-specific island. I'm not sure about the islands here. Like, these guys get two very large islands, and they get the larger, more useful island here. This island is much more useful than this one, by the way. This is already an advantage. So these islands and this better island versus, I guess, this, but then they get two. But these ones used to be dog shit. I don't know if they've changed them, but they used to be dog shit. CV spawn in bottom left corner. True. But this island is definitely going to be much more interesting. This is still kind of a suicide to push into for a DD or anything. People will be going around the flank. It's always going to be the North Cap was always more interesting to play than the South. North was always better. Island bottom right is an airfield, yeah. I'm worried that this island is so fucking far out though. Like, this island could maybe be here instead. Because when it's this far out, diving it... By the time a cruiser gets here, a DD will easily have made it. Like cruisers... No, DD will have made it here before anything else. So cruisers will get spotted around here trying to dive this island. You're gonna get spotted around here. And then you have to try to dive the island while all of these guys are fucking fisting you and the DD is torping you and so forth. It's significantly easier to dive from here. Significantly easier to dive. Like, this spawn has a huge advantage in getting here. I don't know how much that will change though, because it might end up being asymmetrically fair, because this island, and this island are all advantages to this side. So this flank having the advantage of making it here easier might be okay. Because I think you can make it like you get more space, because this cap is much closer here. You got more space, and yeah, I think that you can make it here somewhat. I think this is a doable. This is suicide. The problem though is pushing the caps is still basically fucking impossible. This hasn't changed much in terms of trying to push the caps. Wargaming kind of struggles with the concept of giving cover inside the caps. And like, it's almost, how do you push this? Like, in fact, these islands here make it even harder to push in here. Because there can just be cruisers and shit with radar, and like people can just sit here and farm. It's gonna be like you can push up to these islands now, but you kind of always could play around here. But you can't go any deeper because there's no cover. Same here. I think maybe turning these islands this way might make the map more interesting. Because these islands don't really do much in terms of giving ships cover. But if they're like this, so they give you vision cover, and you can maybe dive in, and then you can shoot different angles, you can maybe push through. Still, the fact that they're willing to rework it is good. And I mean, the original Okinawa is dog shit. Super dog shit. Adding more terrain isn't going to make it worse. It's absolutely going to improve it. I think all of this will be an improvement. Also, they added more... Oh, I didn't notice that. Look, they're adding more terrain here as well. They're adding more terrain here, so it's easier to push up this way. And they're removing kiting space. So, it is an improvement. It could be improved further, but it's certainly an improvement. Yeah, no. This is certainly an improvement, but it could certainly be improved more. Because I still don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to push into these islands. Like, only way is through here, and then it's... This one is rough. The proposed changes aim to improve the gameplay dynamics on the map and align the balance for both teams. Adjust the amount of cover on the northwestern side to make this part of the map more fair for the 7 team. Yeah, basically they mean this. So it's easier to push here the way this team can push here. Adjusted the islands inside the B key area. Now they provide better cover at the area's edge facing the team spawn. Oh, really? At the same time, we've lowered some parts of the islands to make it easier to shoot into or out of the key area's center early in the game at later stages. Huh. Okay. Added new islands around the B and C key areas, as well as adjusted some of the existing islands around them to make the gameplay of this part of the map more dynamic. Removed most of the southeastern island, leaving only a smaller peninsula for cover. Provide more tactical space for both teams. Added large islands behind the team spawns to encourage more forward-facing actions. Yeah, basically they took away the kite angles intentionally. Okay, so this is the corner map, huh? This is this corner. These islands look pretty fucking big. These two islands are these two. They used to be just a flat, small shit island. These things are pretty big. They're going to be really useful. And this island is also huge if you can get behind here. It's just getting here, which is going to be rough. And this is a center camp. Oh, they lowered this. This didn't used to look like this. They lowered the center of this so you can lob through here like this. That's pretty interesting now for a cruiser here, because you can probably shoot or like this. But then there's also the risk that you can get dev-struck right back. It might be interesting. There's also the option of diving here. This gives a lot of cover now. You can dive here like this. It's a risky fucking dive, but like, if you can get into position here and shoot this way. I don't know. Probably an improvement though. So this is, oh, this is the other side. So this thing is no longer a flat trap. You can actually use this for cover. Interesting. Oh, this is the north. Yeah, there's a lot more cover. A lot more cover in the north for this team to make it up here. There is a lot more cover to make it up here. Interesting. This is lower, by the way. I think you can lob through here easier. Okay. I will, like, looks like an improvement. Could it be improved further? Yes. But honestly, Okinawa is one of those maps that I struggle to see how you could make it worse, because it's so fucking dog shit. Let's see. Mountain range. Okay. My original suggestion for mountain range was to take this mountain range that goes through the map and turn it sideways, so it goes like this. And then build the map from there. I think that's a lot more interesting. But Wargaming instead chose to move it to the center and I guess remove a few of the islands. Yeah, they removed a few of the islands and moved it to the center instead. Made the central cap larger. Let's actually open this in. So they moved this to the center. This looks completely untouched. I don't think they, but this was never really a problem area. This side played okay. The camp has been made smaller, and I guess you can probably get pretty close to it with cruisers now. Probably provide radar cover and stuff to here. It's a bit more interesting, certainly. And this is the large change. So it's no longer an open cap with no cover. They moved it into the islands. So I guess you can just like here, you can dive the cap and cap it from behind islands. You can also cap probably from here, like these two angles. You can cap from now, which makes it a lot more interesting. They added more terrain towards the center as well. This flank looks a lot more interesting than it used to. Looks a lot more interesting than it used to. This still looks like fucking Suicide Alley. This looks super dangerous still. I don't think it's like very playable in the middle. But the two flanks are certainly options now. Middle is dog. Middle looks like like fucking Suicide. But yeah, no, look how much they moved out these islands. They spread them out significantly. They spread them out significantly. And they moved the cap into the islands. This is a big improvement. This is a big fucking improvement. I think it'll still be a lot better. Also, this might be an option to push in like this now. Gives an angle. This way potentially for cruisers and shit. I still miss the island labyrinth of islands of ice. Yeah, original islands of ice. Fuck, that was cool, man. We've came up with several key changes to amend the imbalance and expand player options while keeping the core idea of the map. Division into two parts, viable. Reduce the number of islands in the central mountain chain to open up the map. The chain now consists of 6 islands instead of 8. Additionally, we added some of these island shapes to fit the current layout. Okay, change some of these. Spread out the islands in the western side of the map so they provide more cover and are more useful. Additionally, we reworked most of the islands and their layout there to improve gameplay dynamics in this part of the map. Adjusted the key areas layout to be evenly spread across the map, as opposed to being skewed towards the eastern side. Yeah, instead of being everything here, it's more central, more spread. I think this is also a good change. I still think this also looks like a lot of good changes. So wait, this is taken from here. So the cap is like here. You can't really use this as cover at all. You can't use this island as cover at all. But the cap is here, and then I guess the cap is here. This island, this flank got a lot more interesting. It's got a lot more interesting. Yeah, this is this flank. So the cap is here. Yeah, you look, you can easily cap from behind the island here. There's some interesting options now. I think you can go like you can probably maybe get a cruiser here. Cruiser here, pointed this way. Maybe like use the terrain, lob like this. Maybe you can go this way as well. It's a bit I don't know. Maybe depends on what cruiser. Capping this is gonna be difficult though. You'll be definitely spotted. This is rough. This is shit. You can also probably do things like here, reverse in and shit with BDs. A lot more options when it comes to capping. A lot more options when it comes to capping. Because like if you played like a DD that didn't have conceal and you needed to go for this cap, it was kind of impossible. You just got outspotted and then everyone shot you. But now you can brush the islands and shit, so this gives a lot more options on how to play it. Oh, what? This is riposte, huh? Well, I played this in ranked. Yeah, this is the ranked map. You spawn here and you spawn here, and then people dive these side caps and stuff. We're looking at expanding the random map list by adding riposte to it. Okay. Therefore, the first step is to test new key areas layouts first before considering other changes to the map. Okay. There's a lot of empty space here on the flanks. Like, there's a lot of fucking just empty space. I think if they want to make this work, we need something big here and something big here. Because otherwise, it just, like, these are... You can only go here with stealth ships. And I don't, like... It makes so many positions really fucked. Like, it makes so many positions really fucked. Like, I guess this is an option. You get a cruiser here, and then like this, you try to hold it. They have to dive really deep to shoot you. Same thing here. You get here, and they have to dive really deep to shoot you. But like, these positions are not going to be viable because like this team can just go here and farm. Same thing. This is not going to be viable because this team will just go here and fuck you. The only interesting caps really are the center ones. The flanks look way too open. They look way... There's too much space to just fuck this. There needs to be more terrain or more something here. Okay. This is already looking a lot more interesting. But I feel like the flanks are so open. The flanks are so open. I don't know. I don't think there's enough cover in the middle for ships when the flanks are so open. Everything is just so open. Yeah, I mean it's the exact same map. They just changed these caps from here and here to here and here. Rearrange spawn layout. Okay. I wonder if you spawn like here and here maybe? If that's the idea? I mean, if you spawn here and here, it's much more interesting than if you spawn here and here. They said rearrange spawn points layout. So I think you spawn... I think the idea is you spawn like here and here. I think this map needs more terrain. It also needs... It needs ways to block... I mean, they should take that thing they used from Okinawa and just slap fucking good big chunky islands here and here. I think this spawn... If you spawn here and you spawn here, and then they put a big fucking chunky island somewhere here, and a big fucking chunky island somewhere here, it's instantly more interesting. I think that would make it pretty interesting. And then you spawn here and here. Spawn here and here. So you can't like... But yeah, there needs more terrain somewhere. But if you spawn left, how do you contest if you spawn here? I mean, if they spawn here, they kind of have to run the gauntlet. They can get here, but then to get here is going to be rough. But like they'll have an advantage on this cap, but you'll have an advantage on this cap. It's kind of mirrored. It's like basically completely mirrored. So the advantage they get here, you get here. It's gonna play weird though with this. It's gonna be weird with the one flank having an advantage and one flank having an advantage because like that's how you end up with this player base already does the thing where if they spawn on a flank they don't like, they go somewhere else. And on a map where it's a clear advantage to one side, a lot of people are gonna spawn and just instantly go here, and then these guys are they're gonna have the same, and then you have this weird. I don't know how I'll play it. I don't know, it might still be interesting. But again, new maps to play in randoms. Very nice. Reworking two of probably the shittiest maps in the game. Very nice. Overall, very nice devlog. Very nice devlog. I'm like more quality of life changes. So that was some fucking great development blocks. That was reworking the modules and reworking maps. God bless. That's fucking brilliant.